Faster, lighter, stronger. XBEAM by Monkeytoe.
So we've spent about 3 years, I guess, understanding the market, trying to work out what benefits we do need to offer.
We went out and did interviews with a range of different people, range of structural engineers, builders, architects, basically to get their input on what the market needed.
With a rooftop plant platform, there's 3 key issues. There's the lack of flexibility in design.
Once you've done a design, if you were going to change it, it was a fairly big process. If it was late in the part, sometimes it's not even possible. It was a complete redesign, rebuild, very costly and hard to work with.
There's the weight of the platform, can be sometimes 2 times or more the weight of the equipment it's supporting. And the biggest issue is the hundreds, sometimes thousands of man hours being performed at height.
So trying to work up on the roof with big heavy equipment, cranes, lots of manpower, causes damage to the roof and just general logistics issues.
And that's our number one objective with the XBEAM project, is to enable a platform to be assembled on the ground. Any other trades that are involved in that platform, get them to do their detail work while the platform's on the ground and lift that one package to the roof.
We have a development team in-house. We also have external engineers, composite specialists. We're getting advice from around the world, from America, Singapore, Europe. The product has definitely changed from the beginning. I think at the beginning we had a very broad mindset and a lot of different concepts of how we could achieve it. So we looked at using bulk aluminium, we look at high density foam filling aluminium, we looked at roll form solutions. As
we worked through those different options, the best option came out to be carbon with aluminium, which is not a new process. That's been used that way for 20 years or more.
Aluminium by nature is strong, but it's quite flexible. So you get a lot of deflection issues if you don't use it right.
Carbon is very rigid and very strong. So combining the two, you get a very strong and very rigid beam.
More so than a steel beam in some circumstances. And so in that case, we've got the best of both worlds of rigid and lightweight.
So the XBEAM, it's a far superior product to steel as a beam, but then especially as a HVAC platform.
Yeah, we've removed all the corrosion issues. It's significantly lighter. When used correctly, it's a lot stronger.
Where steel, it's heavy. Usually you can't do anything with it if you don't have a crane there.
It's easier to work with. You don't have hot work permits when you're cutting and grinding. And it's very, very adaptable on the spot. So if you need to drill a hole, if you need to add something on, it's very, very easy to work with.
The HVAC contractor, right up to the last minute, could be coming up with new innovative ideas to save cost on that project or speed up the project, and they're trying to incorporate those ideas into a design that may have been completed months before.
So we wanted to come up with a system that had flexibility late on in the part. It also allows modularity that you can extend on later on, reduce it if you need to as well.
So the XBEAM gives us the flexibility to change the design at the last minute when we're almost on site. The way our systems are designed is we can quickly reconfigure a platform. We add value to the whole platform project by taking over the coordination of that whole design. It's one company dealing with the project from start to finish. So we're covering the design right the way through to the final installation. But then the core thing with it is it's designed from ground up to make sure we can reconfigure at the last minute, to make sure we can assemble it on the ground, to remove the issues between the structural steelwork and the other trades required.
The XBEAM is revolutionary in a way, and we believe there's plenty of other opportunities out there for us using it in structural applications and other applications that haven't even been considered yet.
Really any situation where weight is a consideration, we can change the amount of carbon inside that beam. There's a lot of flexibility designed in that overall project with the intent that eventually it will not just be being used in an HVAC plant platform.
So we've got an eye on it for the future, but to start with, we'll put our efforts into the plant platforms and getting portal spanning going within New Zealand and Australia.
XBEAM by Monkeytoe.
We could have done a carbon and aluminium beam and we could have developed it in probably a month, 2 months, we could have developed the product. But we wouldn't have met the price point and we wouldn't have been able to deliver the flexibility we can with the XBEAM system.